distinct lack of comment from his siblings.
They don't want to.
They're all actors. There's that Journey Smollett, his sister, who's super cute. She was in Lovecraft Country, and somebody reminded me that
Prey, she's great.
Yeah, somebody reminded me that Jussie was in Alien Covenant, and I didn't remember him in that. I guess he's one of the
Mighty Ducks, the original.
Mighty Ducks.
Well, the child.
By the way, the podcast covers the Jussie Smollett brothers, like that were in the trial. And
the Nigerian guys.
Yeah, and then the Cuomo brothers. I was kind of making the comparison of like
I
going on the stand and losing your job for your family.
Yep.
And I don't know if a lot of people would do that. They got to be paid. Their brother can't pay them.
Well, you don't know that you're going to lose your job over your family.
But you're taking someone like Chris Cuomo,
Yeah.
he knows what risk he's taking as a media professional.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's not on the... what's the trail?
Trial. Wait, what? Does it say trail?
He wrote trail.
When did I say trail? And what?
No, did you write...
In the email that you
the
sent to me.
Jussie Smollett trail and covers what he thinks... Poundcake gives updates on the Jussie Smollett trail. Well, who wrote that?
Poundcake.
I must have wrote in the email, or is it on my podcast?
Yeah, but he didn't post it, did he?
It's in the email. It's in the... I post it the way he sends it to me.
Oh, you didn't ask him. Do you mean trial?
Yes, I do mean trial.
No, Bill didn't ask you.
No, he didn't ask me. I meant trial.
Well, then that's Bill's fault.
No.
That falls firmly at your feet.
That falls on me. He wrote the description.
But you know he can't spell.
All I do is copy and paste it.
Uh-huh.
I was going by the rules.
I did. I put it.
The rules are...
The rules take whatever he sends.
Don't fix his stuff.
Yeah, you did say that.
Well, I meant audio-wise, not written-wise.
No, it started with written stuff with the Poundcake when he was just doing the
blog post
version.
Yeah,
so,
okay. You're right.
Yeah, I just went in on Spreaker and fixed it. It didn't autocorrect it because it is a right word, but it just wasn't the right word for that sentence.
I mean, you could make the case for the Jussie Smollett trail.
Right.
Like Poundcake's got a fedora with a card in the band that says press. Yeah, following this Smollett trail, and wherever it leads me, hopefully be the truth. See? Okay. Yeah, you're right. That was established. If he can't spell...
I just copy and paste what he...
And again, not the worst.
I know.
It's trail. Any one of us could have done that.
Thing, and that might have been an autocorrect type thing anyway, but it's still funny to me.
I wonder what you're talking about. I was like, oh, damn it, please tell me that I didn't misspell trial. And then, sure enough.
Well, why not check it?
I did read it over. There are some things you just miss. There are.
There's some things you miss if you don't read it. But then you read it and you don't miss it.
But it was only like a sentence long. I did read it, and I was typing it and reading it as I was typing it.
But did you reread it?
That's not
It's not rereading
it.
Reading it as you were typing it, you typed trail, and you meant trial. So when you typed the one sentence, did you go back and read it?
Yes, but I think I was expecting to see trial, and that's
But you didn't. You saw trail.
Yes, and I missed
You were
it.
expecting to see trial, but you didn't.
Yeah, I didn't catch it.
Because you pointed out it was only one sentence.
Yeah. It was very short.
But you're not helping yourself here. If
There's
it was a paragraph, I go, something got lost in the sauce here.
There's no excuse. I didn't reread it as thoroughly as I thought I did. I put an A before I instead of I before A. My bad.
Okay. Do you want to go back and change it?
I did. I just changed it.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I fixed it on the website too.
I literally just changed it.
Oh, trial. There it is.
Yeah.
Hey, all right. Good. I feel better. Alan Cox Show After Hours line. You want to leave a message there? You can. It's 216-986-8903.
Hey, guys. It's Albert here. Currently on the road driving to Albuquerque, where I'll be working for about 6 months.
Did he call it Albert Kirky? Is that, or did I just mishear it?
Yeah. Working for about 6 months, so I wouldn't mind being a temporary bureau chief. If not, I don't care really. It's just fun. But I thought I'd check in and let you guys know that this drive really sucks, and there is not a whole lot to see. But I hope you guys have a great week. Talk to you guys later. Love you. Bye.
That is a long drive,
That is
boy.
a very long
Cleveland to Albuquerque, New Mexico. Now, we do have a handful of bureau chiefs
New
in
Mexico.
Albuquerque. Not Albuquerque, Florida.
Or Albuquerque, Maine.
There are probably, welcome to Albuquerque. I wonder if there are multiple Albuquerques. You know, like there's a Cleveland, Tennessee. There's a Cleveland, Texas.
Yeah.
There's a, as I understand it, a Cleveland, Ohio. Multiple Clevelands. But we've got Brian and Lori and Wally and Ken. Those are a handful of our longtime bureau chiefs in Albuquerque. But I'm happy to put you down, Albert, under temporary status if you're going to be there for the next half a year. That is a long if you were to drive all the way through, that's a day-long trip. It's a 24-hour trip.
There is.
You go through Columbus and Dayton, and you go through, I mean, Indiana is, driving through the state of Indiana, no matter where you cut across, is just a soul-sucking trip. Either Bloomington, and then you go through St. Louis, Tulsa, Oklahoma City.
There's an Albuquerque in Spain.
Well, it might be a Spanish word, right?
Yeah.
Albuquerque, New Mexico, and then Spain. All right. I wonder if there's a Cleveland, Spain. Is there a Cleveland, Spain?
I don't think so.
All right. Well, there are Cleveland Guardians. I've heard of them. I was
Great
reading
name,
that they
too.
straightened out the logo on the field.
Yeah.
It was hanging there for a while.
It was kind of cool that was the first time I saw it, the Guardians, when I drove past for Cox out.
Yeah, I came the other way. I still haven't seen it. I need to get down there and just kind of see it, walk by and take a look at it. And
It just,
yeah, because it's cool.
I know, it's just different. Just
Sure.
all those years of tradition just gone. It broke my heart.
I know you are really torn up about it. Poundcake doesn't like to mention it, but he is very torn up about it.
What do we have left, Alan? What do we have left? They're taking everything.
We've got the statue guardians. We've got the traffic soldiers.
They crumble under pressure.
Hey, Jose.
How you doing, Alan?
What's going on, man?
Hey, I wanted to see if you happen to hear anything about this producer for Cuomo. I think that's the reason Cuomo might have gotten fired, because they did some investigating into his circle, and they knew that this producer of his was going to be caught up in this little young girls getting trained to be groomed for men or something.
Yeah, it's gross. I mean,
Was that a Cuomo producer, though?
It was
I
a
thought
Cuomo producer at CNN. Chris Cuomo already, I think CNN was like, let's just cut this guy loose. We don't have to pay him out, so I don't know what's going to happen there. But initially, I thought that it was because Chris Cuomo had somebody leveled an allegation against him from back in his ABC days, pre-CNN. But now there's a CNN producer who was working there for a long time, who they said he was like getting girls to come to his ski lodge, and just gross. And this
But this is like using work stuff to do that,
girls
right?
and their mom.
yeah, girls and their moms, right? And it's so gross because it's like, and this is the problem with working on these teams of people at like these networks, is you have all these people that you're trusting to do their jobs and not be jerks or whatever, and any one of them can, you know, if somebody screws up, even Chris Cuomo. Think of the people who work on the Chris Cuomo show. They're probably not all going to keep their gigs. They're not all going to get reassigned at CNN. So you're going to have people who lost their gigs because Chris Cuomo was trying to help his brother out. That's where the whole family first thing falls apart. You're responsible for other people's livelihoods.
So how much do you suck that you have a ski lodge and you can't just get people to come there? Like, you can't just find girls as a wealthy person and be like, all right, I'm trying to get girls to come to my ski lodge. You got to have other people go through work and do it in this like seedy, skeezy way, rather than just be like, hey, I go on a ski lodge. You want to come to my ski lodge?
Guys looking at 10 years a piece for like multiple counts of...
Alan, and can you believe that Mr. Wallace is going to that channel?
Oh, is that where he's going? I thought he was going to the streamer. He's going to like CNN Plus or something?
Doesn't matter.
Still CNN, though. I mean, your name's going to be, you know, tied to CNN now.
Yeah, but he couldn't do worse than being at Fox News. Chris Wallace, he was the last man standing over there at Fox News that wasn't fully in the tank for MAGA. So Fox News now is going to go completely down the Tucker Carlson hole. So I think Chris Wallace is like, I got to get the hell out of here. He was like one of the original staff. He's been there for almost 20 years. So, anywhere you go, it couldn't be worse at Fox News as far as public perception goes. So I don't know.
Hey, thanks for talking.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Jose.
And plus, they're paying him like a bunch of money.
Chris Wallace?
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, because he's like a legitimate journalist. He's not one of these Trump is still president talking heads over there at Fox News. So Chris Wallace, I fought the good fight, everybody. I got to get the hell out of here. This is Tucker Carlson's network now. But yeah, this guy over at CNN used messaging apps to befriend and persuade moms of young girls, telling them that a woman is a woman regardless of her age.
Oh, what the
what? And that he should be the one to train their daughters sexually.
Dude.
This is a 44-year-old guy who's got daughters of his own. They always like to throw that in there as though it makes
As a father of daughters.
As a father, he allegedly got one mom of two daughters to bring the girl to his ski getaway in Ludlow, Vermont in June of last year. It was the mom's responsibility. So he tells where do you find the mom who brings her?
Dude, get on Tinder. Is he married?
It was the mom. He said it was the mom's responsibility to see that her older daughter, who was 13, was trained properly. That's why he's looking at 10 years in prison for each one of these counts. He gave the woman $3,000. So he's a perv. He's not a guy just trying to get laid. He's a full-on perv.
And why would the mom...
He flew them from Nevada to Logan Airport and then picked them up in his Tesla for the ride to his ski lodge.
Did he do stuff? Like what mom?
It sure sounds like it.
What mom would do that?
I think there's moms that are willing to trick out their daughters for money or...
Not even, there's not a price. Don't get me wrong, but
Poundcake. How much would you do it for?
Poundcake's words always give him away.
No.
Like, you gotta be a lot more than that.
I'm just saying there's not a price, but especially not $3,000.
It didn't even get a trip to Neverland Ranch.
No, that sounds awful.
Yes, what you said was awful.
Hey, I molest children. No.
He attempted to entice two other children over the internet into sexual activity, favoring apps like Kik, which I didn't even know was a thing anymore. I thought Kik was way in the dust, and Google Hangout, which... So the mom directed the daughter to engage in unlawful sexual activity.
No. Man, that is skeezy.
Yeah, it's gross.
What? There's some...
He told another mom of a 16-year-old girl that she'd take a little mother-daughter trip to his ski house for sexual training. Who are these mental patients who have children and then go, my daughter needs to be sexually trained? He was arrested Friday by FBI agents. He's been charged with 3 counts of attempting to entice minors in unlawful sexual activity. So this is the thing, no one is suggesting Chris Cuomo knew anything about this, but this guy worked with him for a long time. And it's like, you're surrounded by people, any one of whom, listen, Chris Cuomo, screwed himself. But if none of this had happened with him, this producer story would be out there now.
What's this producer's name?
The producer?
Yeah.
Something Griffin. John Griffin, who is they point out is a father, calls himself a father on his Twitter feed. He's probably way into Christ, too. Oh, I love Jesus. And my kids. He has 3 young children who worked at CNN for 9 years. Prior to that, worked at ABC News, Fox News, and CBS. So Cuomo might have even brought him over from ABC. That's where Chris Cuomo was before he got the CNN gig. Griffin described himself as an entrepreneurial producer with an editorial eye towards how we can do it better and how can we add value for the audience. The government will seek to confiscate his property, his ski house, his Tesla, and his Mercedes. So here's a guy who's got kids, doesn't say if he's married, just calls himself a father. So maybe he's divorced, who knows. But it's just gross. I don't even know how you get your head around that if that's your dad. Don't know how you get your head around
your name,
that.
Man. That's
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty wild. So, I don't know. I just don't know how these people have the time. I know that you cut out a lot of, the time savings comes from being on the internet. You can disseminate information very, very quickly. But it's like, my first thought would be like, man, we're not giving you enough to do around here.
You think that's the problem? He's not busy enough?
I mean, it means you've got too much free time. It's not going to change your proclivities, obviously.
Right, but I'm saying if you're going to do this kind of stuff, you're going to find a way to do it.
I know.
So it's not, I don't think...
but if I kept the guy busy enough, he wouldn't have time to do it.
But that's not how it works.
It's not?
Like, no, you can't just be...
Time is a thing.
Yeah, time
there's
is
a lot
thing.
of things I'd like to do, not of this nature, obviously. There's a lot of things I'd like to do. I don't have time to do them.
Right, but like we have a couple weeks coming off coming up.
On vacation, you mean this guy's doing it?
Yeah, there's all sorts of... They're always going to find time to do their pervy stuff.
Yeah, perverts seem to be really into time management.
But when that's all they're focused on, they work and then they perv. They're working and perving.
It's like there's rise and grind. This is hashtag work and perv.
I work hard, I perv hard.
Hashtag perv hard. Mm-hmm. Oh, if only they'd been able to catch him based on searching that hashtag. Nobody searches hashtags anymore. That's why I don't understand why there's so many of them in people's posts. So many hashtags. Nobody searches hashtags anymore.
Oh,
and they would have found him if they had checked perv hard.
Yeah, but sometimes if you just click on those hashtags regularly, it'll show up in your feed. So, still reason to use them. I mean, I got 3 million views on a TikTok video because of hashtags. So.
All I'm saying is perv hard could just as easily, that could scoop up poor Purvis Harden, who's a warehouse loader in Orlando. So, I implore you.
I'm sure he's very diligent about using his full name.
Yes.
He's not going by Perv Hard. He's Purvis Harden.
Yes, friends and family of Purvis Harden. Make sure, if you're in the greater Orlando area down there, that he is not,
he's not
truncating his name for any social media purposes whatsoever.
Purvis Harden, but you can call me Perv Hard. He's not doing that.
Purred happily?
Purred happily.
Oh, God. Okay, let me take a break. You want to get the last word in? Shoot me a text, 35192 to do that. Cavs pregame shortly, starting up coverage at 6:30, and then 7 o'clock we start